And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto, episode 664. Today is Thursday, February 18th, 2021, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 10ish. Today is a 10ish day, of course. Top stories of the day: Motley Fool adding Bitcoin to its 10x portfolio, has a $500,000 price target. Binance Coin sets new all-time high amid skyrocketing activity on BSC. Robinhood announces plans to offer crypto deposits and withdrawals. Malaysian Bitcoin mining gang stole over $2 million in electricity, say police. Spider-Man NFT sells for 12.75 Ethereum as Marvel comic artists land on Ethereum. And last but not least, BlackRock has started to dabble in crypto. But of course, first and foremost, let's go ahead and take a look at these prices. So Bitcoin all-time high again, people. That is right. We're doing a new all-time high show every other day, every few days, every week, it seems like. Good thing we are not doing the champagne and campaigning at this time, because bottles would have been popped like literally every week at this point. But Bitcoin's coming in today at $52,000. $52,002.67. I want to make sure you get that 267. You can go ahead and buy you some more Doge bags or something. I don't know, but Bitcoin's up 0.96% on the 24-hour clock. Ethereum is at $1,919, hitting that all-time high again, almost up 5.40%. Ripple down to 53 cent, down 1.67%. Stellar is at 49 cent, up 0.76%. Chainlink at $32.69, up 0.216%. Cardano at 93 cent, up 7.58%. Let's see, we got Bcash here at $770, down 2.26%. Litecoin at $230, up 0.08%. And if you've been paying attention, people, those top 10 coins are beginning to shuffle again. That quick already. That's right, it's happening. You see EOS is getting lower here. Monero's kind of moving up on this list. So the coins are doing a reshuffle again, as we kind of expected, as different volumes and different trading values happen and different price points and indicators come in. So some quick shout outs. What's going on? Phil G, Leroy Forbes, Marcellus Love, Tony Nolly, Lisa Lee, Tessa Hall, Isaac Walter Hurd, KBNYC, Allison Thompson, Sergeant Mack, John Diggs. Y'all becoming a part of my daily routine. Thanks, guys. There we go. Yes, we have a few crypto warriors who I will give props to, like the likes of Tessa, Grand Rising. Tessa is here every day for the last few years. Blues Lover, Timothy Grigsby's been here nonstop. Robert Kelly, Jay Titan, Merrill, Eric Brooks. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Eric. You know I was going to talk about your comment today. Jay Titan, Jesus, I think this is Jesus Gonzalez. I'm holding Ripple to the death of me. Let's go. What? Tell me in the comment section why you're still holding Ripple when the SEC is after them. I want to know your opinion as an investor or as a trader. Jesus, please let us know in the comments why you're still holding Ripple. What's going on, Madam Crypto? She has been here for forever too with the support. Ice Cold Crypto, Will 45. All right, it's too many people right now. So everybody make sure you smash that like and share, and we will definitely keep checking out these comments. Gracie Peoria said, for Sunday's discussion, can we discuss synthetic BTC and other coins? If a coin is synthetic like Bitcoin, does that Bitcoin come from the Bitcoin blockchain? We will talk about that. And for synthetic coins, I am assuming you're talking about fork coins. So if you can be clear in that statement to give us a better idea of what you want us to talk about, we can. But I'm thinking synthetic, you mean like Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin SV or whatever. But let me know. So yes, first and foremost, to talk about price points, Eric Brooks made a great comment. He was basically saying about the Polkadot. How I said, there article came out and said that Polkadot was a way to follow the Bitcoin price chart. He said, hey, the chart makes sense, watch it. I have to still disagree because it's just too new of a project. And it was essentially, I think they launched in 2017, but they didn't get rolling until the bear market. So for me, I don't want to see any charts coming out of a bear market from a new project in comparison to Bitcoin. So maybe I misstated that wrong and I made it seem like since it was a new project, I wasn't going to pay attention to it. But fundamentally, it doesn't make sense to pay attention to a new project because they're still going through price discovery. So I don't want to look at a chart and make myself say, oh, this looks like the chart I want it to look like when it really isn't. And I think that's what's going on with some of these people in their TA. So I just want to throw that out there. But top story of the day. This one was kind of funny to me. Motley Fool, which again, I am a fan of Motley Fool. I like Motley Fool and some of their investment advice, as well as some of the other advice in financial markets they just offer. So Motley Fool is adding Bitcoin to his 10x portfolio, has a $500,000 price target. This is the funny part of the story here. The investment advisory service is buying Bitcoin for his 10x portfolio and adding $5 million worth to his own balance sheet. My question to the Motley Fool is, which I'm assuming this is just a small percentage of your portfolio, because I was going to say, I know Jim in crypto ain't bigger than the Motley Fool. I'm not saying we doing $5 million in Bitcoin. I don't want people to think that. But for the Motley Fool to come in and say, hey, we're doing $5 million and we have this 500K price target, people, you can do the math right here, right? 5 million divided by $50,000, right? How much Bitcoin did they really get? Are you all understanding how small this thing is starting to get now? You have a well-reputed financial or investment advisory service, and they're only buying $5 million worth of it. I thought their buy honestly would be like a 10, 20, 30 million type of buy. So to see them only do $5 million, and it's not like they don't want to do more, right? They're saying this thing can go 10x. If you know something's going 10x, you will put in, you throw the house at it if you could, right? So for them to put in $5 million, that is, again, showing me how valuable Bitcoin is to, again, a financial advisory service like this, who see what's happening with it, still say, this is all we got to spare. Again, Bitcoin, $52,000 a Bitcoin. Now, of course, for those normal people like myself, we can buy those in Satoshis. I think a million Satoshis right now is only like $400 or $500, $450, $500 tops, $510. So we're in that Satoshi space, right? We're trying to stack our Satoshis, but even these financial, and it says here, a financial and investment advisory giant. To me, you don't sound like a giant if you're only doing $5 million in Bitcoin. Like, look, pull the card. We got to call you out. But again, the Motley Fool announced it will invest those $5 million into Bitcoin with the expectation that will rise to $500,000. Again, this is also a FOMO buy, people. Like, this is what makes me leery of some of these companies. And again, I started off saying I like the Motley Fool, but you are supposed to be a financial and investment advisory giant, and you're getting into Bitcoin at $52,000 with only $5 million, hoping it gets to $500,000 after, and as we reach the all-time high. We just reached the all-time high. I mean, so really, if Bitcoin were to drop and dip down to like $35,000 the next 6 months, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would almost be expected, right? We're hoping it don't happen, but it'll almost be expected. So again, it kind of is weird to me that these are all these investment advisory giants and all this other stuff that they say. And it's like, but your entry and exit points don't say you're that. You know, they don't say you are who you are. I mean, it just is what it is. But regardless, this is still good news because they have a huge following. So I'm sure others would jump on this train as well. Again, they announced that earlier today via a blog and Twitter posts. The firm stated it won't be buying overpriced ETFs, but we'll be buying Bitcoin directly. Now that part, hand clap on that part. They at least came out and was like, hey, we're not going to be buying these derivatives. We're not going to play that game. We're buying the underlying asset. So at least they understand that. And of course, I would expect them to understand it since they are an investment and financial advisory firm. I smell a new contributor spot for myself or Bitcoin Zay here over at Motley Fool coming soon in the future. Currently ranked 5th globally in the investing category according to SimilarWeb. So again, ranked 5th in the investing category, and they're buying in at $52,000 high, hoping it gets to $500,000. Now again, it's with the institutional support, yes, long term it should happen, but it's also very speculative for a business, a financial advisory business, to do this type of move. I would say that is very speculative to be coming in at this time. But again, the Motley Fool outlined 3 core reasons behind the purchase. Bitcoin is a better store of value than gold. It's an effective hedge against inflation, and it has the potential to become a transactional asset. So here it is again, this tweet. We got big news. We're buying $5 million in Bitcoin on our own balance sheet. That's right, $5 million. Again, shout out to Motley, because I don't know how huge the business is. So they might be like, yo, $5 million is a lot for us. So shout out to them. But again, they're making it seem like that's right, $5 million is like, yeah, at $500, that's right. But at $52,000 a clip, like there's individuals doing this. Motley, there are individuals and groups doing this. So, I mean, that is right. I'm glad you guys are doing it. But again, for a financial services advisory, I would expect a little bit more. But again, it's also good that I don't know why I keep saying but again right now. It is great to see that they are tweeting about this, though. It has traction. And again, I just did it again. There are more people coming over to Bitcoin, so this is a base hit. So still cool to see. I was just, again, shocked and caught off guard that an investment fund would enter this late at this price point and then expect the return is expecting. Like, you don't return a 10x to $500,000 from a $52,000 asset that 3 years ago the government didn't even believe in, right? So again, I hope they didn't throw the shirt at it. I'm pretty sure they didn't since it was $5 million. But I guess only time will tell, right? Let's go ahead and check out some of these comments and see what you all think about this. Let's see. Jay Titan, what's going on? Tony Nolly said Motley Fool showing up late to a party with a can of beer, not even a 6-pack. Exactly. Look, don't make me sound and feel crazy, people. You know what I'm saying. They didn't even bring a 6-pack of beer to the party. Look, they brought 4 cans in. One was empty and one was halfway done, talking about it was a long drive. All right. I don't know what was going on, Tony, but that is true. Douglas Facey, thank you for the tip. Said, what's up? Any plans to teach crypto trading? I am willing to pay. So we used to have a trading platform, but I mean, essentially with the bear market, it slowed down. And then also it was just a lot of madness keeping up with every little thing about it. But 2 good things. First, a lot of the videos, if you go back to our backdated videos on this platform, a lot of people don't know. I think I looked the other day, we have like over 700 or 800 videos on this platform. So a lot of them do offer newbie advice, trading advice, and some of that. While the platform might be antiquated, the trading advice is still pretty good, right? So you can check out some of those earlier videos. We'll also be doing that Talk Shop Live starting Sunday where you can ask specific questions. We will go more into altcoins on that show. And then last but not least, one of the reasons why we definitely had Crypto Blood on yesterday is because Crypto Blood does have a trading group. And I was talking to him about this the other day. And basically with this question is like, hey, since we're not doing our trading group anymore, we do have people interested and we may be pipelining them to him. So we're working on that behind the scenes. If you want to look at it on your own, you can, but he does have some things going on in his trading group as well. So right now I would say we are not doing that, but we will be offering things to give you that information. Let's see. Hey, there we go. Jay Titan, what it do, cuh? What's going on? Let's see. Clarence Dennison said, I'm still stuck in the truck in Texas. Oh, my goodness. I am sorry to hear that. I hope you stay safe and stay warm. I have been through that experience before, driving from North Carolina to Detroit. It's a 12-hour drive. I got stuck in West Virginia during a snowstorm, I think back in 2008 when it was like a crazy blizzard. Literally on the freeway for about 14 hours straight until I think like the National Guard came and cleared it out the way. So I understand. It's all fun and games until it starts getting dark and you're still out there in the cold, and it's not, it's not a good time. So be safe up there, Clarence, and hopefully we can keep you entertained for the next 30 minutes. Daniel Perez said, coffee with the gentleman in crypto is my new morning routine. That's what I'm talking about. I saw one of the tip. John D, hey, good morning. I'll be generous and start this off with a dislike because it's Thursday. Your tips make up for it, John D. I can't be mad. Gracie Peroria said, I was referring to networks like, Synthetics Network on an Ethereum platform. They list wrap Bitcoin. I know what you mean. Okay, yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, we'll talk about that on the show then for sure. We'll go more into detail on that. Jim W12, loving your YouTube and podcast when I don't catch you live. You mentioned earning yield yesterday. What is your favorite site to earn dividends? So personally, I don't do the dividends. In the bear market, it makes more sense to me, but right now in a bull market, it just doesn't make sense, especially as we see every coin getting pumped. And we'll be talking about Binance Coin right now as a perfect example. But even Binance Coin, right, it's already been pumped. It's like at its all-time high. Everything good is going with it. Even with all that said, for me personally, my strategy, I would rather invest in Binance Coin than do the yield farming. And that's only because of the percentage returns. I know with Binance, even though it could potentially dip in the short term right now, more people will continue to trade on the platform. I think that coin will go up. Whereas that, and I can see those 20 to 30, or as we see in today, 35, 40% gains. Whereas on the yield farming, I think some of the highest ones I'm seeing is 9 point something percent, which again is good, especially in the bear market, or if you don't like to trade yourself personally. But as far as suggestions, I would suggest Gemini, because I know they do it on there for like 5 or 6 different coins. And Gemini is like one of the last people right now trying to risk their reputation to get over on you all. Unlike many people in the space who are starting these businesses out of the blue, the Gemini twins actually own a lot of Bitcoin. So they're not here just to flip our pockets upside down and take everything we have. So I would suggest going to Gemini. Eric Brooks said, these little buys from corporations are just another version of Long Island blockchain. Just an empty move to pump their stock. All right, Eric. Good call out. I wasn't going to call him out like that. I started off positive, but the Warriors calling him out. Eric is saying a move like this with $5 million is just to add some attention to his underlying business and stock. I think that could be true because, again, they really said that's right, $5 million. I'm not trying to play anybody. I don't know their business. You know, it's been a 2-year bear market. Who knows? But also, I just expected more. It's like, I don't know. It's like you see the school bully fight for the first time and he don't got no hands. You're looking like, oh, bro, you can't even fight. Like, come on. Like, this whole time I thought you was in the bathroom whooping on people. I didn't know what was going on. Let's see. Doc Nessie said, where can I buy one Satoshi? Hey, peer-to-peer. Find somebody that's near you. If you can melt a penny, you can give them a piece of that penny and you can have your one Satoshi, I am sure. All right. Last quick comment. I saw another comment I was trying to get to, but I'm not going to get to it because this thing is loaded. So next story up, Binance Coin. As I said, we were talking about that. Binance Coin sets all new time high amid skyrocketing activity on BSC. We definitely need to talk about this. It's something to pay attention to. Binance Coin is now the 4th largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, with the price approaching the $200 mark. I don't know if you all been paying attention to it. I have. And it was one of those paying attention to it. I keep looking for an entry point and I don't see it happening. So I'm just watching the the pump happen. I think I started really looking at Binance again, like, what, $60, $80, $70, $50, whatever it was. Whole time thinking, it's not going to move up that fast. And it is moving up that fast here in the last month. Binance Coin, again, BNB, has seen its second major rally in February, accumulating in a new all-time high of $195 after the token price added over $80 in the last 24-hour trading period. I mean, the one yesterday, I think we all saw. I saw when it first pumped is 40% to 140. Then I saw when it pumped another 30% to 170. It was crazy. Thursday's 42% rally now means BNB is up more than 4-fold in February alone, with year-to-date gains above 413%. The current price rally has taken BNB to the 4th spot on the crypto market cap rankings according to Coin Market Cap. But CoinGecko puts BNB in 6th place below Polkadot and Cardano. So still, it is in the mix. But what's really important about this, and as I forgot to mention about Bitcoin as well, are these psychological marks, right? Everyone's talking about Ethereum and what it can do and it can 10x or whatever. People, the market keeps opening the way it is and the trading keeps trading the way it is. Binance Coin can continue to see some type of explosion. It's crazy, but that could happen. And it's crazy to see where Binance Coin came from. I mean, it was affordable for everyone when it came out, and now it's looking like one of those possible unicorn coins. Also goes along with Bitcoin. I saw some articles today saying that Bitcoin might have found its support level at $48,000. I do not agree with that. I think that article may have came out, through some premature excitement and fervor from seeing Bitcoin respond the last 24 hours. And of course, it went up to 51,000. It did drop to about 48,000 some change before bouncing back to where we see it at now. But to call $48,000 the floor, I think that's too premature. We haven't even seen any type of retracement or correction, right? What happened when Bitcoin does consolidate 10%, 15% or whatever, which is normal, right? What's 10% of $52,000? What did I tell you all was going to happen when we get to these price points? All right, that's going to be a $5,000 to $7,000 candle on an average day-to-day basis. So I think it's premature to say Bitcoin will consolidate at $48,000. I think that was just wishful thinking. The same here. I mentioned that because here with Binance Coin BNB, you're starting to see some of the same talk. But by and large, people don't know. One of the reasons why Binance Coin is pumping is because, as you see here, its 24-hour volume is now at 8.3 billion at the time of the writing, which is significantly higher than the 7.52 billion set during the previous all-time high on February 10th. So the only thing that's different is that more people have put more money into their Binance Smart Chain, and that's because more people are trading on the Binance Smart Chain since the Ethereum gas fees are super high, thus making that coin that coin token go up. Of course, saving you on your trades in platform as well. So those are some of the reasons why that coin is going up. And that is some of the reasons why I do have a positive sentiment for it. Again, I'm still waiting for a good entry point, if there is any. Who knows? I mean, the $80 mark for Binance Coin could have been a $10,000 mark for Bitcoin as we know it. But I do think it will continue to rise because the only thing that's happening is more people are coming into the space, more people are trading, and the volume is going higher. But we still had to mention that coin. What's going on, David Joseph? Ethereum 2.0 staking. What's your thoughts? Can it come soon enough, right? The longer Ethereum 2.0 staking is taken to actually release and be out there for the general public is giving more projects opportunities to take Ethereum's market share. And we're seeing they actually are doing it. They're smallly, it's not happening in large amounts, but yeah, Ethereum's market share is getting ate away bit by bit. CryptoQ said 152 on the live. Like and share. Thank you, folks, for sure. Eric Brooks said Ivan on Tech's recent interview with the Moon about 3 cryptos explains the new Binance platform play really well. For sure. Check that out. Ivan on Tech's interview with the Moon, people, about the 3 cryptos. Ivan on Tech. I haven't actually met him formally, but he has great information in this space. So definitely would check that out. Let's see, Morpheus Mind. Did we already talk about Bitcoin upgrade to improve privacy and scaling? Is it real and will it happen? So I've seen the headlines start to pop up about it. I haven't done enough due diligence about it to talk about it, but we will be speaking about that soon. But yeah, I also saw some of the headlines, so it might be a real thing. Joshua Richardson said, man, I've been watching, I'm assuming Binance BNB since $20 thinking I'll get in soon. Listen, but here's the thing. And especially when it comes to Binance, and I had to, we talk about Binance is up 400 and something %, right? But you can't be greedy in this space. Who was on that Dogecoin pump with me, right? Way more than 400%. So you can't be greedy in this space. And that's what you have to think about when you say, "Oh, I missed Binance Coin." It's like, well, not really. You didn't miss Binance Coin. Like if your other assets were allocated to maybe a Cardano play or like Crypto Blood, yesterday a Bcash play or something like that, and you made your money on a different play, then don't be greedy, right? That's that FOMO kicking in, and that's what you don't want to happen, which is why I still haven't gotten into it. It's one of those things I say, hey, if I really miss this boat and it goes to 500 or 1,000, whatever, it's okay. I'm in other things that I'm sure will likely follow the same type of pattern as well. So, but yes, crypto culture, you're right. Watching a pump does hurt, especially when you know you should have entered it already. So I will say that. Blues Lover said, any ideas on Bitcoin pullback from local top? So here's the thing, at $52,000, and it's almost every other week, we're in unforeseen territory. There is no chart, there's no TA, there is no fundamental analysis, there's nothing out there that's going to tell any of us what's going to happen next. Now, for me, fundamentally, I still think long-term it will increase because of the institutional support happening right now and retail investors awakening to their options of investments. But as far as an actual pullback, I would literally just be dollar cost averaging. I mean, that is what I'm still doing right now. I am dollar cost averaging. I'm not looking at the price of Bitcoin. Hey, if I have a few extra bucks this week, I'm throwing it into the market, right? I am not worried about the pullback and trying to get in at the right time because, again, with these percentage swings, it could drop 10,000, 8,000, 6,000 really quick. But it could also, as quick as it drops, if you don't have those price, if you're not already set on these platforms to buy and sell the different trading buy and sell marks, I can't even think of the words right now for whatever reason. But if you're not already set up with your buy and sells or whatever, then the chance of you actually catching that pullback before it bounces right back up is going to be extremely difficult. So you may end up messing yourself up on that. So I would just suggest dollar cost averaging on everything right now. Yeah, Jay Titan said, Eric is right. 5 million ain't shit for the big dogs. Exactly. They got to make up their mind as far as the Motley Fool. Are you a big dog? Are you a small one, right? Like we're small pups right now in this space as far as organization and businesses go. So you won't see us doing a $5 million Bitcoin buy. However, if you ever hear about us being the 5th biggest whatever on the planet or in the United States, then yeah, we about to throw that money into it, right? Like what's going on here? All right, Robinhood announces plans to offer crypto deposits and withdrawals. People. What do I always talk about on the show? Narratives. We talk about narratives. The ability to offer crypto deposits and withdrawals have been around since Bitcoin has started. So for 12 years, right? Like the ability, the technical ability to put this on your platform to actually do this has already been around. We've seen different platforms use it already, right? And I might exaggerate when I say it since its inception. Maybe not, right? But in general, Coinbase allows you to, even though they only do it for small amounts, some of these other exchanges, Gemini, Binance, they allow you to do it. So the technology is there. So you have to ask yourself, Robinhood wasn't previously allowing you to do this. Why would they suddenly allow you to do it? Makes no sense, right? And that's because it's not a fair play. This article, as it says, Robinhood's reputation is taking a battering lately, but it hopes to regain credibility among the crypto community by introducing cryptocurrency transfers. No, you're not going to regain credibility. Like, I'm not going to trust you with my Bitcoin. Here's the thing. If you put your Bitcoin on Robinhood today, after this article, or if you even put your Bitcoin on Robinhood and you have Bitcoin on Robinhood after the GameStop fiasco, do not cry to lawyers or the regulators. Don't be surprised. I mean, you should be numb to the feeling if something goes wrong. In fact, you should plan for something to go wrong. You should plan for Robinhood to go out of business and keep your crypto and say, hey, there's nothing we could do about it. It got lost in the shuffle, because that's the type of company you're playing with right now. When I see moves like this, something they could have already done, they decided intentionally not to do, which does not serve the community, which means they are not here for the community, which means you should not be on their platform, but then come around and try to add it later. It's like, oh, okay, we're doing this for you all. Very predatory. I don't trust them. And if I were you, I would not trust my crypto on their platform again. We're talking about the controversy. I can't even say that. I said the controversy, I almost said. Oh my goodness. That public school kicking in. The controversy Latin trading platform Robinhood announced on Wednesday that it intends to implement cryptocurrency deposits and withdrawals. While customers have been able to buy and sell cryptocurrency via the platform for some time, they are unable to access the coins themselves to transfer them to other wallets. That is an issue, people. Not your keys, not your cheese, as we say here, right? Robinhood also clarified this in a series of tweets. Look, I love it too, the excitement. They're like, it's funny. They're acting like they're doing us a favor. Like, this is what you should have already done if you were actually here for the people, as you claim, Robinhood, but you're not. Coinbase is even doing this, right? As much as we talk about Coinbase, we don't like Coinbase because they will restrict and shut down your account after you buy a certain amount of Bitcoin. That's essentially what it is. After you become a player in the space, they say, oh, whoa. Oh, you bought some Bitcoin. They will stop letting you use your account. From there, you're only allowed to sell your Bitcoin or to trade it out. You're literally no longer allowed to use your account. This happened to Bitcoin Zay about 2 or 3 times. It happened to myself about 2 or 3 times with different accounts. So again, even Coinbase, who we've been anti-Coinbase for the longest, allows you to have your own, at least trade your own crypto. Robinhood wouldn't even do that, people. That's what I'm trying to show you, how far away from the fundamental culture we have in cryptocurrency they are. So for them to come out and say, hey, so much interest in crypto, to be crystal clear, we fully intend to provide the ability to deposit and withdraw cryptocurrencies, including Doge. Look at that. They're even pumping Doge after the pump to the masses. This is who you trust. Robinhood Crypto does not currently invest in cryptocurrency or use any customer cryptocurrency for our own benefit. I find that highly unlikely. I find that very hard to believe. I find it very hard to believe that you're a crypto platform, or you offer cryptocurrency on your platform, and you've seen the price of Bitcoin explode. Like, you've seen the price of cryptocurrency do so well, you decided to get into the market, ancillary as far as your app, but you're not buying any crypto yourself. Like, and here's the other thing, whether you are or not buying cryptocurrency, now the not using the customer cryptocurrency, I can understand, but to not currently invest or own any cryptocurrency yourself, I don't even trust you as a platform then. So that means the only Bitcoin you have access to is mine? I don't want my Bitcoin to be the only Bitcoin. Like, this statement, whoever wrote this statement from their PR department, like, I'm not gonna say they need to be fired, but they need to be retrained, because you mentioned Doge, which has already been the pump and dump. Elon already said get rid of it, essentially. you said you intend to provide the ability to deposit and withdraw cryptocurrencies, which means you don't actually still do it, and you didn't give us a time frame or a date. So do you intend to do it in 2023? Do you intend to do this in 2030? Do you intend to do it next month? I don't know. And then you ended with saying we're not investing in cryptos right now. Why not? And like, why would I even trust you as a platform if you're not? Like, this makes no sense. Who wrote this statement? I don't know. But regardless, here's Robinhood with some more tweets. Now you can sell crypto like Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin 24/7, 365. And of course, you could do that without a platform as well. It's called peer-to-peer. And of course, what I love most is the reply tweets from the community. Can we get access to our individual wallets and crypto keys? Exactly what he said. Why use all these words and terminology? Answer the basic question. We want our own wallets and crypto keys. Can Robinhood do that? Simple yes or no suffice. I am with these people. We don't need the word soup. We don't need all the extra stuff you're offering. We don't need you to tell us you're not buying cryptocurrency, which for whatever reason you did, and that makes no sense to tell an audience of crypto users. But regardless, we just want a yes or no if people can have their own wallets and keys. But for me, I already know the answer to that. They've already answered it, whether they said anything or not. And the answer is clearly no. So that is Robinhood. And again, look at the narrative, people. The only reason they're even offering you your own crypto, they're only offering it to bring you back home. They're trying to get you back to Robinhood, right? And this was where these platforms shoot themselves at the foot at. It's like, if you would have did the right thing from the beginning, if you already had been offering people's keys and private wallets, if you never stopped trading with GameStop, and I won't even go over there to that because that's the traditional side of the house, but just on the crypto side, if you already offered wallets and all this other stuff, like, we would trust you more. There would be more people using your platform. More people would be talking about you. We would be trying to have you on for interviews, right? But you started off not doing that intentionally. And the only reason you're doing it now is to bring people back. And this was really scary, people. And you've already seen the type of actions Robinhood are about, right? They will stop trading. Like, they will stop trading in your face. There's nothing you can do. So you mean to tell me they're going to have all these people have all their Bitcoin and crypto wallets on there and Doge wallets. And the moment, I'll say something far-fetched just to really show my point. The moment Doge hits $1, right? Or Bitcoin does hit that $500,000, do you really think Robinhood is going to allow you to withdraw your cryptocurrency? Like, wow. If you believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell to you, okay? That's the truth right there. We're going to leave that alone. Sierra Van Axel, Coinbase customer service is trash. That's what we were talking about yesterday. They're worth $77 billion without a customer service department. Overvalued, but could you imagine if they had a customer service department? I mean, people, you'd be talking about a company being sold for $100 billion in 2021. It is crazy. Mr. G, the recycling guy, said Coinbase will block you when the price pumps too hard. Oh, they all are about that. Oh, speaking of that, Gemini, got to call Gemini out. I heard Gemini blocked a lot of buys and sales of AMP. A lot of people don't know about it. And again, shout out to whichever warrior had mentioned AMP in the comment section the other day. I saw them talk about the Flexing network and everything. AMP pumped recently, 0.006 cent to about 0.03 cent. I think it was over 800% gain in the last month or wherever it pumped. And Gemini stopped some of the trading, buying and selling on that one too. So hey, it's not looking good. I didn't like that. Blues Lover, Edge. Yes, Edge is a good one as far as wallets, mobile wallets. Exodus, Samurai, Wasabi, BRD. Of course, you have Blockchain and Airbits are also pretty good as well. PFC Will said they're not being transparent about what's going on their back end. That's what makes them a Wall Street kid with a Wall Street daddy. Listen, for them to have to say we don't own any crypto and we're not investing your cryptocurrency when you don't have the private keys means that they own cryptocurrency and they're investing your cryptocurrency, which is why you don't have the private keys, people. It's really that simple. So there was no other reason for him to come out and say that he's not doing that or they're not doing that unless they actually were doing that. That's the way that works. Eric Brooks said, not Robin Hood. Robin the Hood was always selling our moves to the whales to exploit us before we push the buy button. This is a very important comment, people. You have to understand this. This is what some of these platforms do. They sell your moves to the whales before they push the buy button. That way they can make that money on the back end. And then once they have their money clicked, all right, you guys get your little 10%, 5% gain. they got their 30 to 40%, or worse, you're left holding the bag. Now, if I was on a mainstream news network, they would say, well, exactly who? Give me a business name and give me a person, a trader who does that. All right, I don't know all those details. I will say that. But also I follow the market, and I do follow a lot of these businesses here. And I know personally a lot of traders in some better positions than myself. So to act like it doesn't happen is ludicrous. It's one of those things of like, just because I can't prove it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? But that's what that is. Tim Sullivan said, we can't allow these exchanges to be the gas stations of cryptocurrency. Until more people go full crypto, or we at least get more people portfolios into crypto, this is going to be the onboarding and offboarding, and this is what we will have to do that. So what we will have to deal with. So it's crazy, but this is it, people. This is the market, and these are some of the people that's in charge of the market. Juice Man, what's going on? Seeing a couple more comments. What's going on? Lisa Soul Level Healing said, I bought 90 BNB coins at $5. Is going all the way. As long as Binance stays a reliable exchange, you can easily be rich just in investing in exchange coins. I agree with you. And that's what I mean. I remember when Binance coin was at $5. I did, don't get me wrong, I've traded in out of Binance coin before. It's just this recent pump was the one I was like, oh, this is the good one I'm missing, right? Will45 said, ain't no floor. There it is, people. Some people are in that belief too. There's no more floors. This thing is starting to push. I mean, it's only February. It's February 2021. And institutional money is being pumped into Bitcoin. This summer will be May and June, people. I think May and June will be a crazy moment in crypto prices. We're following the trends for the last few years. All right, Malaysian Bitcoin mining gang stole over $2 million in electricity, police say. That is right. Police seized 1,746 Bitcoin mining machines across 21 premises in raids this week. Oh my goodness. Authorities in Johor State, Malaysia arrested 7 men for stealing millions of dollars worth of electricity to mine Bitcoin earlier this week. An operation involving the local electricity company Tenaga Nasional Berhad had Johor police led to the arrest of the suspects aged between 24 and 64, according to Malay Mail report Wednesday. Looks like the investigation found the gang had cost TNB $8.6 million Malaysian ringgits. Looks like a total of $2.13 million in lost revenue since it started mining in 2020. And of course, police said those 1,746 mining machines were worth about $64,000 across the premises. One thing that was interesting to me about this story is how in the digital space, in the crypto future, crime will change. Now, of course, anti-crime and all that, but I'd rather them steal electricity than steal someone else's crypto. Like, you know, they were robbing human beings a couple years ago and kidnapping people in the space. So it is crazy to see crime changing, where now you might have, you might have sophisticated criminal enterprises saying, hey, we're just going to start stealing electricity and mining stuff, right? Like, to see that's where we're going, that's a whole new type of crime. Again, I am not for it at all, but the positive thing about it, I think the silver lining is that, all right, people are now not trying to hurt other people to get money. In this space, they're saying we could steal electricity and get it. And I don't think this will be a long-term issue. I think this is going to be a short-term issue. Like I said, the electricity thing is a technical problem. Efficiency can be fixed, people. We can become more efficient as we learn things, study things, and make them better. So I think the energy thing is just a technical problem. Once it becomes more efficient, it'll be a better deal going forward. And once that also happens, the ability for people to steal electricity won't be there. Now, in the short term, I think this may be the new criminal thing, right, that we have to look out for. Just like your computing power is being stolen, and people are using other people's computers to mine, like Monero, the whole Monero mining thing that was going on. I think the same thing might happen to your electricity. So make sure you're watching your electricity bills, right? If you start seeing that electricity increase around the neighborhood, nobody knows why, and it's like, hey, somebody's tapping into the whole power line to mine a warehouse of Bitcoin. That could be the future of how we see theft and other robberies happen when it comes to resources. But another thing I want to say, when it does come to electricity, I'm not sure how it works in Malaysia as far as is it nationalized or not, but that would be another thing. If people are stealing electricity, what type of federal resources do we throw at it? Electricity companies are private last time I checked. So file a police report. File a police report. I don't see a whole SWAT team and task force doing this whole thing. I mean, in this instance, I get it. It was 21 different locations and everything, but let's not turn this into how banks and oil people use the military for their backup. Like, no, you're a private company. They stealing from you. File a police report, and that will happen. So there is that. We talked about it yesterday. To bring it up again, Spider-Man NFT sales for 12.75 Ethereum as Marvel comic artist lands on Ethereum. Again, I told you I have been paying attention to the NFT craze. I am still a baby in it, admittedly, so it's just not for me to jump in right now. And to be honest, like, I have trading cards. I have real physical trading cards, and I wouldn't mind a QR code on the trading cards to turn it into like a physical NFT. But to have it on the blockchain, for me, I'm just not seeing it yet for everything. But other people are. As you can see, the market isn't stopping just because of me. And with great rarity, apparently comes great value. An Ethereum-based Spider-Man NFT just sold for $25K as Marvel Comics enter the blockchain realm. Shout out to Spider-Man doing this thing, of course. And as always, a unique Spider-Man drawing by Marvel Comics artist Adam Kubert has sold for 12.75 Ethereum. $25,000 after being turned into a non-fungible token on the Ethereum blockchain. Kubert's piece is one of 25 unique works expected to be launched as NFTs by several Marvel artists, including Dan Panosian, Matteo Scalera, Dave Johnson, Andy Kubert, and Eric Knepp, as announced on February 15th. The NFTs are to be sold on Portion.io, a platform that allows users to create and auction rare art on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, I don't get it, as I already said it, but this is going to be a market. I guess looking forward into the future, one of the best ways I can see these things really becoming popular is when we really do digitize everything to the point where, when you walk in, we've seen this in movies and Black Mirror episodes, was like, as soon as you walk into the store, it scans your face and it's like, oh, pulls up a whole profile or something. So if we get to that point in the future, we got Elon Musk's Neuralinks in our head and all this other stuff is going on. I can understand the importance of a digital NFT or whatever. But right now, as it stands, again, I'm all about the physical ones. But no shade. I don't want that NFT army to come after me. They are very strong right now. So no shade. I'm just doing more research on it. Again, the original artwork, books, prints, and more from some of the most recognizable names within the industry can all be found here. Over time, we believe that our platform will become the place for merging of iconic art and digital permanence. Let me see your comments in the comment chat box right now. Let me know what you guys think about these NFTs. Would you buy one for $25,000? Spider-Man. I mean, if you were to buy one, a $25,000 Spider-Man NFT is the one to get in my book. So I don't know. Let me check some of these comments. Yes, Antonio, great point. Did you guys see Bitcoin is selling for $78,000 in Nigeria? Listen, it's 2017 all over again. And just like in 2017, the arbitrage opportunities are there, but it's very difficult because no one wants you to arbitrage that. It's a reason why. No one wants you buying $52,000 Bitcoin over here and figuring out a way to sell it for $78,000 over there. But to give you all an idea of what you need to do it, is make sure you get you a friend in both places. You can kind of make it work, but it is a lot of work. Let's see. Sergeant Crypto said this could be the super cycle that Dan Held has been speaking about. What's going on, Moni Love? Welcome. Let's see. Dana Dane said I can see BNB hitting $500. To be fair, I can actually see that as well. A lot of people don't know what Binance is. A lot of people don't know how to trade. A lot of people, as we speak, or are watching this channel, are learning to trade. And Binance will be one of the places they go to. So I'm with you. I can see it going to $500. See someone else saying $515. Oh, that was 1% of Bitcoin. Right. So I'm seeing different numbers in that. Eric Brooks said that is why Robinhood is free. When something is free, you are the product to the corporations and banks. Exactly right. You cannot trust a free platform for sure. Or as Justin Scott said, you can't trust any platform these days. KB NYC, what's going on? Hyper trading, baby. That's what they all do. It's called hyper trading for sure. Michael J said I was with Coinbase when I started in 2017. Did not know anything but Coinbase. Yeah. Again, when I started in 2016, I was with Coinbase too. And when I was at Bitcoin's at $400. So, you know, I was spreading a little bit more love around when it came to Bitcoin, right? Coinbase stopped that quick. And again, it happened multiple times too, not just to myself, but to others in the space. So I knew it wasn't just like a me thing, but everyone's story, the only similar thing was the amount of Bitcoin they were starting to accumulate. So there's that. PFC Wells say, okay, but are they as the artists getting the royalty, or is that going to Marvel? Wow, great point. If you remember, we talked about NFTs. One of the good things about it is that you're supposed to be able to get paid out in perpetuity, which is the rest of your life. That is a good point. Are the artists the ones getting paid, or is that royalty going to Marvel, or is it going to the platform, some of it? Great point. Let's see. A couple more questions. KB NYC say, I agree with King. It makes more sense to me if a product is tagged with the NFT, but what do I know? Hey, that's what I said. What do I know? I mean, this is all new space. That's a good thing about it. None of us can really be wrong. We're all learning. And that's all that's happening right here. Joshua Richardson said, Black Mirror, The Simpsons are the best crystal balls. There you go. I can't wait till they start doing more crypto episodes, right? Torrin J Playlist said, the new generation sees things on the digital spectrum, unlike some of us or someone else who wanted to have physical things to collect. That is true. And that's what I try to think about. Generation Z, you're right. Like, the digital spectrum is real. Like, that might be more real than the physical spectrum. And I even talked about this on the show before. One of my favorite movies as a recent, Ready Player One. I do think how they had Ready Player One could possibly be the future of Earth, where it's just like people are spending half of their time in a digital VR type of space where they can actually earn money in that space and go to work in that space. And the only time they come out of that space is to actually physically eat or go to sleep. I think that could be a future. And I mean, you're talking about making an NFT market with trading cards worth $25,000. That to me shows that future is being built already. David Joseph said, what are your thoughts into Ethereum Classic? Will it continue to rise if so have far? I haven't looked at Ethereum Classic in a while. A lot of people, Ethereum Classic is the real Ethereum. But they lost that market share debate a long time ago. We used to trade in and out of it, but again, I haven't looked at it as of recent, so I couldn't tell you. All right. Last story of the day. BlackRock has started to dabble in crypto. Again, this is kind of a funny story to me. Financial management giant hints that it has already invested percentage of portfolio in digital assets. That's right. BlackRock, the world's biggest investment firm, has started to, as a quote, dabble a bit. People, oh my goodness, they have started to dabble a bit in crypto investment. In an interview with CNBC Squawk Box on Wednesday, Rick Ryder, the American's firm's chief investment officer, hinted that it already made crypto investments and said that many investors were keen to find places that appreciate under the assumption that inflation moves higher as debts are building. He's just saying word soup to say we already invested and our investors are happy with this. Why, like, they try to make themselves into geniuses and y'all all got in late. Stop it. Just stop it. It's crazy. He added, holding some portion of what you hold in cash and things like crypto seems to make sense to me, but I wouldn't espouse a certain allocation or target holding. My sense is the technology has evolved and the regulations have evolved to the point where a number of people find it should be a part of the portfolio. Again, this in BlackRock, you know, I'll finish this as far as telling you how much they own and everything. That's important. The executive did not reveal what percentage of BlackRock's assets under management may be invested in digital assets, but the company has mentioned Bitcoin in two prospectus filings with the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. We have mentioned those filings on our show before in the past. The filings indicate that BlackRock, which has about $8.6 trillion, $8.6 trillion in assets under management, might be including Bitcoin derivatives in its overall investment strategy. All right. The reason why we talk about BlackRock before is first and foremost because they have $8.6 trillion in assets under management, and they, for whatever reason, didn't want to go in early enough with more money. Like, I don't get these companies. 8.6 trillion? Come to me with whatever idea you have. I have at least $1 million to throw at it. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, there's new technology on the board and you're not paying attention to it. Now, one thing I do want to point out, they're not stupid people, all right? You don't get to 8.6 trillion and having an army of analysts and then say, hey, we're just getting into crypto. We're just starting to dabble into it. No, as we've mentioned in the past many times before, if a company, a platform, a government mentions cryptocurrency, digital wallet, CBDC, any of these things to you, they already have it made. It is not their due. It is not their responsibility. For the government, it kind of is, but they don't really do it. But for private companies, it's not their responsibility, nor do they have under any, like, there's nothing that says they have to tell us when they're making their plays, especially financial plays, right? If you're a public company, which I do believe they are, which is why they have those filings, they are supposed to say it, but I'm not going to go into depth of, I don't know the rules and regulations. I don't know how much they have to say, how much they don't have to say, or whatever, right? I don't know. But I say all that to say, if you're dealing with, I won't even say just billions and trillions of dollars, if you're dealing with millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people are trying to maximize their profit, they're not going to tell you their money moves. So the minute they talk about this stuff, you just have to automatically assume they're already in the market, because why would a company with $8.6 trillion under management give you his playbook and then make the moves? That's not how they make the money. They make their moves and then they tell you some of the playbook, which is what we keep seeing. We keep seeing that from MicroStrategy. We've seen that from Coinbase. We've seen that from we've seen it from everybody. We've seen it from Robinhood. We've seen it from everybody in this space. BlackRock is no different. If anything, they're the shining example of doing this. Now, what grinds my gears about them, though, is that they say things like we've started to dabble a bit in the crypto investment, or we don't want to talk about how much our portfolio's out. Like, why? It's not a dirty secret, people. Like, Bitcoin isn't a dirty little secret. It's not to work under your bed at your mama's house, all right? It's none of that. This is good stuff. There's nothing wrong with investing in a new technology. It's software. It's a protocol. So I'm not understanding why institutions this big do these like little, starting to dabble a bit. My only thought is that it's good for their marketing, which it is. And then also, and this is me being devil's advocate, just to be fair, they do have the assets of a small country, right? Like, they have $8.6 trillion of assets under management. But again, this is why I don't listen to these people or look at their trading strategies, and neither do you. They have so much money in fiat, they're scared to make a new play into a new technology or into a new sector. If I had $8.6 trillion, I would have already had at least $16 trillion from the investments I made into Bitcoin, being their CEO or CIO. So again, these people aren't that smart to me. Maybe in the traditional market, I get it. They were, and they did great things. You had to do something to get to 8.6 trillion. But also, they're not that smart to me in this space. You're coming in late. You're scared to even talk about it. Like, these are not the fundamental things people in the community like about it. Now, nobody's talking about how much Bitcoin they have. So on that part, I get it. But also, no one's being scared to say they're investing in it either. So again, double-edged sword. Maybe I'm assuming they're being kind of like leery about this, more for regulations, the regulatory environment, than customers. They're like, hey, our clients are getting paid. The government now own our business. This is all we telling you. So if I was a CEO or CIO, I can understand it from that point of view. But just from a cultural point of view, it's like, guys, like, you're not doing anything different. You're not the smartest people in the room. You're joining a community of people who are buying into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole. So it's okay to talk about it. It won't do anything bad to you. It won't touch you, all right? It's okay. Last couple of comments before we get out of here. Let's see, scroll up a little bit, see if I can catch some good ones. PFC, okay, James Johnson said, Lientry is a solid project for those interested in digitized identities. All right, there we go. I know Civic Coin was trying to do that, but which call is Vinny? Vinny got that money from the ICO. I ain't seen him since. Mark Cuban says NFTs are the next big thing. Right, well, you got to remember, Mark Cuban has an NBA team. So if NFTs are the next big thing, he stands to probably make like another 100 million off them. Torrance J Playlist said, yeah, NFTs is cool. Everything's going digital. All right, there we go. Crypto Q said the Nigerian indicator. I like that. We might have to use that one. Blues Lover says, I like Iron Man. Weighing on NFT for more info. There we go. JC Reddick III said, gotta pay a premium. Antonio said, I need Nigerian contacts. Listen, we do need to get this Nigerian. I know a couple Nigerians, people. We need to bridge the gap for real. Get one of our crypto warriors out there on a sponsored trip or something to make this arbitrage thing a reality. Gail Cripps said, I would buy a couple of different NFTs instead of this one. Hilarious. James Johnson said, with NFTs now being auctioned at major auctions like Christie's now, we are going big time. All right. Let's see. Amanda Bukosin, what is Bitcoin Cash? It depends on who you ask. But long story short, Bitcoin Cash was just a fork of the original Bitcoin chain that Roger Ver did during like July 2017 or like July, August. This whole SegWit 2x argument was going on. Basically, they said, should we make the blocks bigger? It was just a scaling debate happened about how to make the Bitcoin transactions go faster. The Bitcoin core developers wanted to do one thing, which was SegWit 2x, which almost everyone adopted. Roger Ver said, no, we're going to make some bigger blocks. And we're going to go this way. He forked it into Bitcoin Cash. Him, Jahan Wu, and Craig Wright. And then, of course, they all start arguing. And then I think Jahan Wu and Craig Wright forked it to Bitcoin SV or something. I can't even keep up with the fork of the fork any longer. But they were all free airdrops. And I think we actually still on our YouTube have the live stream from when the Bcash airdrop came. And we sold it and had champagne on the show the next day. Because it was like a nice little quick come up. Because whatever you had in Bitcoin, you got in Bcash essentially. Let's see. James Robinson said the G99 tokens are gaining a lot of momentum now. Walter DS said, I think all the BNB pumpage is due to the fact that a lot of the apps built on BSC are very popular. My Bake is doing very well. That's a good point. All it takes is for a killer app to pump a token as well. We know that. PFC Wells says Spider-Man has a matured brand echo. This is what I was talking about the other day. How do you price nostalgia? You know, a good point. So Trek PFC Wells is in a Twitter group. Myself, him, Crypto Blood, some other influencers in the industry. We're all in this Twitter group where we kind of share different thoughts. And I read this the other day. He put that out there. He said, how do you guys price nostalgia? He is making a good point. And that's my whole thing about these digital NFTs. It's just like, I mean, $25,000 Spider-Man, what is it worth to somebody from another universe, right? Another DC, Marvel, whatever. What is it worth to those guys? They might say it's worth $15,000. How do you price that nostalgia? But just like most things, I think it'll go through a price discovery, right? We will find out how much things are worth according to the nostalgic sentiment, I guess. We might need to do a nostalgic sentiment market report. And when movies come out, right? If a new Spider-Man comes out and it's all the new rage, I'm assuming that car may be able to get sold for a premium. Michael J said, how do I get my money out of Coinbase without a huge loss? We actually had that video on our platform, YouTube, Gentlemen of Crypto, how to get off Coinbase. That video is still on our platform. Our last few comments. One World Family said Bitcoin Cash is a less secure version of Bitcoin that hard forked off a few years ago. It has gone down in value significantly against Bitcoin, and most people have abandoned that project. Yeah, I'm assuming most of that project's money is from Roger Ver. But as Crypto Blood came on yesterday and said, it is still a tradable coin, so I'm with him on that. All right, last couple of comments. Eric Brooks, the only NFTs that make sense to me are audio NFTs that allow musicians to code royalties into NFTs that could be repeatedly sold. Now that I am with the music side of it. It's basically like some of the art stuff, but yeah, I'm with the music side. That does make sense. All right, other than that, that is the end of the show. I got most of the comments. Looks like about 200 or so people on live. Make sure you smash that like and share. As always, we appreciate it. And we will be back tomorrow with some more crypto news. And again, we'll be posting those links here soon for Sunday's Talk Shop live show. We'll start to unroll and do. That's going to be a very fun show. A lot of good things on the brink. As Bitcoin Zay mentioned yesterday, he has an MTV thing going on. He's on the road today, so we're running around, but we are trying to make sure we piece this all together. So check us out tomorrow at 10ish for more crypto news. Cheers.